Good evening, everyone. I want to thank you all for dropping by to listen once again to one of my videos. This evening, I'm going to be talking again, well, not so much about Trayvon Martin, the young black fellow that was shot and killed down in Sanford, Florida, back a number of weeks ago, but about his shooter, George Zimmerman. Well, apparently, George Zimmerman, who isn't working now as a result of him shooting Trayvon, and some people would say murdering him, and that may very well be true, although I'm not 100% certain, but it wouldn't at all surprise me if that had been the case. But anyway, he has decided, since he's not working and can't work now with all the controversy surrounding him, that he needs money. He needs money for lawyers and he needs money to live. Poor fellow. So what he's done is he has gone to the internet. He has made up a website soliciting funds for his legal defense. And according to him, there have been several other sites that somebody that he doesn't know has made up, and he doesn't know the status of those sites because he hasn't received any monies from them. And apparently, when George Zimmerman made up his own site the other day, um, there was a lot of heavy traffic to it, and the site had come down, and but it was up again, and there's no indication whether or not that a lot of those people that went to his website actually donated money for his defense. Well, this being brought up is even going to create even more controversy, um, because this is a fellow who is not very well liked in many circles throughout the United States and in fact throughout the world. I know that people must, by the legal system, be considered innocent until proven guilty. But sometimes, uh, because of the what people would deem to be evidence that has been garnered uh, since a crime is committed, sometimes the evidence very clearly and strongly does point to someone being guilty. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they always are, but oftentimes it's a good indication that they are. But we do really have to wait for the legal system to determine that. Um, from what I've heard and listened to since that particular shooting, what an unfortunate incident that was, to say the very least. That poor fellow. I don't believe for one moment personally that shooting this guy was necessary. From what I understand, what I've heard on TV and read about uh, from eyewitnesses and by the 911 calls and so forth, they all lead to George Zimmerman being guilty of this crime, and I call it a crime. Um, he shouldn't have even been following that guy because he was told not to by the police. He was told by the police that they would handle it and not to go near this fellow, but he didn't listen to them. So, and I've heard his brother on trying to defend him on different programs in the last couple of weeks, and his friend, so-called best friend or whatever he is, trying to defend him. One can only imagine how the family and friends of this poor young fellow must feel. Um, and it's no wonder that a lot of black people in the United States are shocked and very much offended by this because they have their own particular problems on a daily basis with the authorities, and the authorities the authorities are not always just and fair with non-whites. I mean, let's be honest about that. I know we have white people that clamor and say, ah, da, 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 bleeding heart liberal, and no, 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 don't say this. You know what? The black people are this and that, and the Mexicans and the Latinos are this and that. You know what? They're just plain outright racist, in my opinion. I'm not suggesting that they don't have some legitimate concerns, political and social concerns, but they manifest those concerns in a very, very insulting and prejudicial way too often. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit off topic here. So, anyway, I just wanted to bring that up about George Zimmerman because I just find it's rather interesting that he's gone to the web to get support. And you know what? He probably will get a lot of support. Uh, there are a number of people out there who would love to, I'm sure, donate to his cause, shall we call it. But anyway, we'll wait and see what happens and what transpires. But I really do hope that justice is served. I mean, nothing will ever bring back this young fellow to his family. And that's so, so sad. But you know what? Let's hope that justice is served and taken swiftly. Thank you. Bye bye.